Matthew Young is a former FBI agent. He is also the owner of the 1811 Group, an investigative consulting firm. And welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. So we're seeing all of the manpower at that reserve and those search and rescue efforts. But now that Laundrie's a fugitive and this case spans multiple states, there must be so much going on behind the scenes, right, that we don't even know about and that we're not seeing.
Oh, yes, there's quite a bit going on behind the scenes. Primarily at this point, it's probably a cyber investigation to check anything he did on the internet, map searches he did, internet searches he did, sites he visited, social media people he contacted to try to get a foundation for whose friends and family are that he may have reached out to or he may have contacted for either funds or other protection that he could be getting on as he left the house to go hiding.
And you talk about social media. There is so much interest in this case, so much attention and online sleuthing by just the public and people on social media. So investigators, I can imagine, must be getting thousands or millions of tips. Is that helpful? Like when we saw the van in the woods, the picture that was posted online, or does it overwhelm the investigation because there's just so much information coming in?
It can be very overwhelming. It really has to be sorted appropriately. And there's going to be a team there that's going to sort out the stuff that's more valuable from less valuable. And certainly there's social media posts that are just people grabbing attention. There's ones that are actually useful. And if they sort those out, they'll be able to get the ones that are useful and proceed with that accordingly.
So I wanted to ask you about this development today. The Laundrie family's lawyer says that Laundrie left his cell phone and his wallet behind before he left his parents' home. They said that they might be worried for his safety. What does that tell you? And what does it tell you that he allegedly used Gabby's credit card?
Well, it tells me that he's hiding something, certainly. I mean, you don't leave your cell phone or wallet behind if, in fact, you're not hiding yourself or something, because those are trackable items. Your debit card, when you use, it's trackable. Your cell phone's trackable. But he could have taken an iPad or a computer with him or some other kind of electronic device that he's unaware is trackable. So I'm sure the FBI is on that. I'm sure they know all his electronic devices that he had in his possession or Gabby had in her possession, and they're scouring those for clues to where he may have gone.
So to you, it wouldn't mean that maybe potentially he wasn't coming back and that he did want to harm himself?
That is, I would say that's a possibility. When you leave and you don't take anything like that with you, those valuable things everybody uses in their daily life, that would suggest he's in an unstable mental state.
And as we've seen and as we've covered, this search has been going on now for nearly a week. There's so much manpower involved. How long do you anticipate law enforcement and search and rescue crews will keep devoting the efforts to find Brian Laundrie?
Well, that's a good question. The FBI could have this going on for months, to be honest with you. I mean, because it is a missing person thing. It is interstate in their statutes. They're going to have a team on this for a long time until there's some resolution. As for the local and the state officials, they may be overwhelmed with other things that are more important that come up as the weeks and months go on. So I don't know if they'll taper back or not, but certainly the FBI will maintain a presence on it.
And obviously there is huge backlash against Laundrie's family. People are protesting outside their home. The media's been camped out there for a week. So I don't know if you can speak to similar cases. Does law enforcement also have to take steps to protect them too?
Yes, they do. They'll have people on watch. It's probably more the locals that'll have people there at the house making sure there's not angry citizens or people who care that want to go and do harm to the family members or try to do their own investigations and interfere with it. So there'll be a presence there to protect the family.
And as this investigation goes on, we know that Gabby has been now recovered. What are your impressions a week in now?
It doesn't look good. Certainly, it doesn't look good for Brian. If he wasn't involved, he'd have come forward by now. He would have said something. The fact that he's missing means either he's on the run, he's hiding out, or he's injured himself. So there's no real upside to the outcome the way I see it at this point.
And it's hard to imagine where he could be on the run with the whole nation paying attention to this story, to seeing his face and recognizing him at this point, right?
It'd be very hard for him to hide in this day and age with cameras at gas stations and supermarkets and facial recognition. That's something the Bureau did after the January 6th stuff, is they're going to be taking his image and running it through social media feeds, gas station feeds. They pick up on any points of exit from the area to see if they can pick up his face. So if he's on the run, he will be found. I mean, there's only a matter of time before our camera gets him.
All right, Matthew Young, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And to see our 1-hour deep dive of the Gabby Petito case, including questions from our viewers, go to newsnationnow.com/Gabby. And Gabby's story isn't the only one out there. On NewsNation Prime, we are committed to sharing more stories of loved ones missing across the country. Join us next week as we debut our new series, Missing in America.